My dear Capricorn, not every connection in your life is created equal, and you have always known that, even when you did not say it out loud. Because you do not approach relationships the way you approach most things. You are strategic in almost every other area of your life. You plan, you assess, you build toward outcomes with a patience that other people find either admirable or unnerving, depending on who you are asking. But with people, it is different. You do not run a cost-benefit analysis on a friendship. You just watch. You observe quietly over time, and you let the evidence accumulate, and eventually you make a decision that is less a decision than a recognition. This person is in. And once someone is in with you, Capricorn, they tend to stay in for a very long time. Because you do not invest lightly, and you do not withdraw lightly either. Your loyalty is not loud. It does not announce itself. It simply shows up, reliably, in the moments that actually matter. The people who recognize that quality in you, who understand that your consistency is its own language of care, those are the people who tend to build something real with you. Understanding who those people tend to be is not about excluding anyone. It is about recognizing a pattern that has probably been true in your life longer than you have had words for it. So let's talk about the 3 signs that tend to show up for you in that specific way, and why those pairings hold up the way they do. The first sign worth understanding is Taurus. And if you have a close Taurus in your life, you may already feel the particular quality of ease that comes with them, a kind of ease that does not require any performance on your part. Taurus is a fixed earth sign, ruled by Venus, associated with stability, sensory pleasure, and a loyalty that once given is genuinely difficult to revoke. You are a cardinal earth sign, ruled by Saturn, associated with discipline, structure, and the long-term view that most people find difficult to sustain. Both of you are earth, which means both of you are fundamentally oriented around what is real, what is practical, and what holds up under the weight of actual life. But the specific difference between you is what makes the pairing so useful. You are cardinal, which means you initiate. You set things in motion. You see the structure of a situation and you start building toward it before most people have finished deciding whether to begin. Taurus is fixed, which means they sustain. They hold what you build. They maintain it with a consistency that does not require your supervision or your encouragement. For you, Capricorn, someone who does not need to be managed is not a small thing. It is a profound relief. Picture a shared responsibility, something that requires both people to carry their weight over a long stretch of time. You handled your part with characteristic thoroughness. And without discussion, without reminder, without a single dropped ball, Taurus handled theirs. Not because they were told to. Not because they were trying to impress anyone. Because that is simply what they do. That quiet competence, operating alongside your own without requiring coordination, is one of the most deeply satisfying experiences available to you in a relationship. Over time, this pairing tends to build a life together that looks intentional from the outside because it genuinely is. Both of you make decisions slowly and carefully. Neither of you chases trends or pivots dramatically. You build towards something specific and you build it well. What you teach each other is the difference between working hard and working wisely. Taurus teaches you to stop occasionally and enjoy what you have already built before moving to the next thing. You teach Taurus that comfort, while valuable, should not become the ceiling. Here is how to deepen this connection. Suggest an experience that is purely pleasurable, something with no productive outcome, and commit to it without rescheduling. Taurus measures your investment in the relationship partly by whether you make time for enjoyment, not just achievement. Your instinct is to fill available time with something useful. Override that instinct once in a while and simply show up for the pleasure of being together. Taurus notices, and it matters more than you might expect. The second sign is Virgo. This pairing has a specific kind of mutual respect at its center that is worth examining closely because it does not always announce itself loudly. Virgo is a mutable earth sign, ruled by Mercury, associated with analysis, precision, and a drive to understand and improve what is in front of them. You are cardinal earth, ruled by Saturn. Both of you are earth, both fundamentally practical, both fundamentally intolerant of sloppiness in the things that matter. But the specific way each of you is precise is different, and that difference is the engine of the compatibility. You are strategic. You see the architecture of a situation, the long-term structure, the consequence of each decision as it compounds over time. Virgo is analytical. They see the details inside the structure, the things that could go wrong, the places where the plan is less solid than it appears. Together, those two orientations cover nearly every angle. You build the framework. Virgo pressure tests it. And because neither of you takes that process personally, what tends to happen is a collaboration that produces something genuinely excellent. Picture a moment where you presented a plan you had worked on carefully. Most people would have nodded and moved on. Virgo read it closely and came back with two specific observations that you had not fully considered. They were right. You knew they were right immediately. And instead of feeling undermined, you felt something closer to gratitude because those two observations saved you from a problem that would have surfaced later at a much higher cost. That experience of having your work engaged with seriously and honestly is something Capricorn does not always get. Most people either defer to you or avoid challenging you. Virgo does neither. They engage at the level the work actually deserves. Over time, this pairing tends to build a relationship grounded in genuine professional and personal credibility. Both of you do what you say you will do. Both of you mean what you say. That shared standard of follow-through creates a foundation of trust that other relationships sometimes spend years trying to build. Virgo teaches you that the quality of the details determines the quality of the whole. You teach Virgo that a good plan executed imperfectly is often better than a perfect plan executed never. Here is what you can do to strengthen this bond. When Virgo raises a concern, engage with the specific point rather than the conclusion. Do not just accept or dismiss it. Work through it with them out loud. Virgo feels most respected when their analysis is treated as a contribution rather than a complication. That engagement, offered consistently, builds a level of trust between you that becomes one of the most durable foundations in either of your lives. The third sign is Scorpio. This one might feel less immediately obvious than the Earth sign pairings, and that is worth sitting with. Scorpio is a fixed water sign, with Mars as its traditional ruler and Pluto associated with it in modern astrology. On the surface, Scorpio looks very different from you. They're emotionally intense in ways you tend to keep private. They operate through intuition and feeling in ways you often process through structure and logic. And yet something between you tends to work with a depth and a durability that surprises both of you, if you are being honest. Here is the reason. Both of you share something that neither of you advertises, but both of you live by: an absolute commitment to what is real. You cannot stand pretense. You do not have time for people who say one thing and mean another. Scorpio is constitutionally incapable of tolerating a surface that does not match the depth beneath it. That shared intolerance for performance, for social management, for the kind of conversation that sounds like connection but is not, creates a mutual recognition between you that can happen quite quickly. You both look at the same situation and see past the presentation to what is actually going on. And when two people who both see clearly find each other, something settles. Picture a situation where the official version of events and the actual version were not the same. Everyone else in the room was accepting the official version without question. You were not convinced. And Scorpio, without any coordination, had already arrived at the same conclusion from a completely different direction. The fact that you both saw it, without comparison notes, without prompting, creates a specific kind of alliance that is difficult to replicate. Over time, this pairing tends to build a relationship characterized by remarkable discretion and remarkable trust. Neither of you shares what belongs to the other. Neither of you takes the relationship's private contents into other conversations. That shared sense of what stays between you is something both of you value more than most people realize. Scorpio teaches you that strength includes the willingness to feel what you feel without turning it into a management problem. You teach Scorpio that long-term thinking is not avoidance, it is wisdom applied to something worth protecting. Here is the move to deepen this connection. Share something with Scorpio that you have not said to many people. Not a dramatic revelation, just something real and unguarded. Something you have kept quiet because you were not sure it would be received carefully. Scorpio keeps what you give them. They will not treat it carelessly, and they will not bring it back to you later as a point of leverage. The act of trusting them with something true is one of the most powerful things you can do to open this relationship to its full depth. Scorpio responds to trust with trust. And the trust that comes back from a Scorpio, once earned, is one of the most solid things you will ever have. So there they are. Taurus, Virgo, Scorpio. 3 very different relationships, each one meeting a different part of who you are. With Taurus, it is the rare relief of someone who holds their side without being asked and lets you enjoy what you have built together. With Virgo, it is the deep satisfaction of working alongside someone whose standard is as high as yours and whose honesty makes your work better. And with Scorpio, it is the quiet, powerful experience of being known by someone who looked past your composure and respected what they found there. Which of these 3 resonated most with you? Was there a relationship in your life that came clearly into focus when one of these was described? A connection that has been there quietly, doing its work, without either of you making a big thing of it? I would genuinely love to hear about it. Drop it in the comments. Sometimes naming what you already know is its own kind of progress. If this resonated with you, I am glad you found it, and I would love to have you here. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Have a blessed day.